GCO, and welcome to the story for this afternoon. Now, Miss Cooper had got up to where they had just had a bet. Stoic and Mogadon the Meathead, I believe. And the two great chieftains had shook hands and actually bumped bellies on this bet. So let's see what happens next. Sitting comfortably? Brilliant. Gobber the Belch was in charge of this final stage of the initiation test. He was still looking a bit green from his unpleasant experience in the how many gull's eggs can you eat in 1 minute competition. This had not improved his temper. "All right, you horrible lot," yelled Gobber. "This is where we find out if you are the stuff that heroes are made of. You'll either walk out of this arena full members of the noble tribe of hairy hooligans, or go into miserable exile forever to the inner isles. Let's see what it's going to be, shall we?" He grinned nastily at the 20 boys standing before him. "I shall begin by inspecting you and your animals as if you were warriors about to go into battle. I shall introduce you to the watching members of the tribes you hope to enter. Then the test will begin. You will demonstrate how you've asserted yourselves over these wild creatures and tamed them by the sheer force of your heroic personalities. You'll soon start performing the basic commands of go, stay and fetch, and you will end by ordering your reptile to hunt fish for you, as your forefathers have done before you." Hiccup swallowed nervously. "The boy and the dragon who most impressed the judge, and that's me," said Gobber, "will receive the extra glory of being called the hero of heroes and most promising dragon. The boys and dragons who fail this test, however, will say farewell to their families forever and leave the tribe to go where we do not care." So he's not bothered. Basically, you lose, you get kicked out. "Poetry," muttered Fishlegs, just loud enough for Gobber to hear. He glared at him. "Heroes or exiles?" yelled Gobber the Belch. "Heroes or exiles?" yelled the 18 boys back at him. "Heroes or exiles?" yelled the watching hooligan and meathead tribes. "Please let me be a bit of a hero, just this once," Hiccup and Fishlegs each thought to themselves. "Nothing too spectacular. I just want to get through it." "Stand to attention with your dragons on your right arms," yelled Gobber the Belch. Gobber walked down the row of boys for inspection. He stopped abruptly, though, when he got to Hiccup. Oh dear. I wonder what is going to happen next. "And what in the name of Woden," can we remember who Woden was? demanded Gobber, "is this?" A toothless daydream, sir," muttered Hiccup. "Small but vicious," added Fishlegs helpfully. "Toothless daydream? That is the smallest common or garden I've ever seen. What do you think I am, an idiot?" I think they thought best not to answer that question. "A toothless daydream," explained Hiccup, "looks exactly like a common or a garden, except for the characteristic wart on the end of its nose." "Silence!" said Gobber in a very loud whisper, "or I shall throw you all the way to the mainland. I hope," he continued, "that this dragon hunts better than it looks. You and your fishy friend are the worst candidates for initiation I have ever had the displeasure of teaching. But as you, Hiccup, are the future of this tribe, I will never forgive you if you shame us in front of the meatheads. Do you understand?" Hiccup nodded. Now he was feeling under the most tremendous pressure. Each boy stepped forward to bow and hold up his dragon for the spectators to applaud. Huge clapping for Snotlout and his dragon Fireworm, which was only rivalled by the mighty cheering for Thuggery the Meathead and his dragon Killer. "I give you last but not least," Gobber the Belch was trying to put some enthusiasm into his yelling, "the fearsome, the terrible, the only son of Stoic the Vast, Hiccup the useful and his dragon Toothful. Hiccup stood forward and held up Toothless as high as he could to make him look a little bigger. There was a slightly appalled silence in the crowd. People had seen dragons this small before, normally scampering about the field after mice, not as hunting dragons, competing in initiation. Size isn't everything, boomed Stoic, so loudly you could have heard him several beaches away, and he banged his great hands together to start the applause. Everyone was terrified of Stoic's famous temper, so they joined in with polite cheering. Woo, woo. Toothless, though, was in a mood and delighted to be the centre of attention. However, he puffed out his chest and bowed, solemnly taking the applause he believed to be his. Toothless took a sideways glance at Fireworm. She was sharpening her nails on Snotlout's helmet, with the smug certainty of a dragon who knows she's about to win the prize for most promising. Burp, 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 burp. The test began. Toothless didn't do too badly, in the early obedience exercises, but he clearly thought it was extremely dull. It's now raining quite hard, and Toothless hated the rain. He wanted to go home and relax in front of a nice warm fire. Fireworm and Killer were going and fetching as soon as Snotlout and Thuggery commanded, and they were diving and breathing out fire as they did so, just to start off. Fireworm did some fancy acrobatic somersaults that had the crowd screaming and stamping their feet. Start your hunting, yelled Gobber the Belch. Every dragon, except Toothless, flew out to sea. Toothless got a tummy ache, he complained. Hiccup tried not to see his father looking surprised on the sidelines, and he tried really hard not to notice the crowd whispering to each other. Don't forget, Toothless, said Hiccup through gritted teeth. The fish. I'm going to tell you all the jokes I've ever heard as well, remember? Ah, so they've got a deal. So if he does it, he's going to get paid in fish, I'm imagining. Tell me now, said Toothless. Help came from a rather unexpected quarter. Snotlout broke off from yelling, "Kill, Fireworm, kill!" to lean over and sneer at Hiccup. What are you doing, Hiccup? You're not talking to that newt with wings, are you? Talking to dragons is against the rules and forbidden by the order of Stoic the Vast, your father. Newt with wings, said Toothless. You're not a newt with wings, are you, Toothless? You're the best hunter in the world, aren't you? Yes, I am, said Toothless grumpily. You know that snot-faced Snotlout and his horrible dragon what a real hunting dragon can do, said Hiccup. Okay then, said Toothless, and off he went. Now, tune in tomorrow to find out what Toothless actually does in the initiation ceremony. Will he win, or is he going to fail miserably? I've got my idea. I wonder what yours is. Take care. Bye.